I agree with what I heard. As you can tell, I'm having a little problems with sound, but I did hear most of that. What came to mind was the characterization that President Kennedy made of the Cold War 60 years ago. He talked about the long twilight struggle, and that is pretty accurate. There is no solution really. The U.S. Learned and had to relearn and never really learned during the so-called war on terror that it is not really possible to kill your way out of the problem and to destroy an organization. Now, it can happen. We largely destroyed Al-Qaeda at a cost which one can debate was worth the success or not. But what one has to do is eternally be vigilant, and this is where intelligence services, and I know I'm rooting for my home team and speaking about them, where their role should be primary. You should aggressively go after disrupting the organization, detaining or neutralizing the personnel. Certainly, the leadership is more important than just a simple future martyr. And at the same time, you have all of the border controls and financial pressures and political pressures that you can bring to bear on the state that supports and makes possible these activities. But you don't expect success until the structural foundation of the problem is changed. And that might happen, but that's a generational issue. And then you hope that the intelligence services succeed 100 times out of 100. But as you point out, perfection is almost impossible. And that when that happens, then the military can raise the cost to the other side so that changes their equation a bit. And that will go on essentially forever.
Yes, General Pandey, see, he said what he said in a way that only Glenn can say, a former intelligence officer can say. So there is a lot of, to read between the lines, and people who can understand will understand what Bharat needs to do. But the other thing is, in the LOC, and where the group, where they try and regroup and where they assemble before they try and infiltrate, can't there be some tactical moves that can be made in such a way that every time they try to group, there is some active pest control that happens, and that does not need to be said out loud. That does not need to be done. And the cliffs from where they try and enter, can we bear down upon them? These are possibilities which we can very tactically explore on ground.
No, there are not only tactical possibilities, there are strategic, operational, and tactical. All three layers are available. And Glenn has very rightly said, please understand, when you are carrying out terror strikes doesn't mean that you have to go for military operations till the time the nation which is prosecuting the terror strike wants or desires it, right? And therefore, we should continue the path of our progress. But yes, it is an intelligence role in this. And please understand, a lot of teaming, if in case the Americans had not gone to Afghanistan with their guns and aircrafts, they had very nearly achieved what they wanted to achieve. So similarly, I can assure you our intelligence agencies have got capabilities to carrying out hitting. Today, whatever is happening, for whatever reason, the terrorist leaders are not moving in open, right? There are easy meat. Anybody who comes out in open, he knows he's going to be sorted out and killed, right? So I think that leverage, because people like Masood and Hafiz Saeed, they can send 1,000 to death, but they will not want to die themselves, right? So when the pressure is on them, right? So there is one pressure which is operational pressure. The tactical one which you already highlighted, that of course ceasefires can be broken, we can punish the Pak military, because Pakistani military is very sensitive. When you hit them, kill them, then they want to stop, right? Immediately within no time. And I've seen it very close front. That is time, those soldiers, those officers who are trying to push terrorists across, they don't want to touch them and they say, stay away, you go from some other level. So that is a tactical level. The strategic level is that if you know Asim Munivers of these terror groups, you need to continue to engage with Mr. Donald Trump, His Excellency, and people from Europe and other places where he's getting the funding from. After all, it's all about money. And it's also about his future livelihood, because he is not like to stay in Pakistan forever. Right?
Right.
He is going to go back into hiding somewhere in some. I hope you can see me.
Yes, yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Right.
Right.
So he's or in UK. So all those money bags which are going, he's not going to stay in China, by the way, right? So those levers are going to be controlled by the Americans, and that is where our intelligence agencies need to exchange hands and talk to the CIA and talk to the top-notch intelligence agencies to ensure that their behavior remains right.
Right. Yeah, well, to the unknown soldier and the unknown gunman and all those who are doing some great service, working within our intelligence system, well, let's hope that this inspires many more to join force with you.
Network 18 is now the clear leader in digital media, with 55% more users on native platforms and social media than Times Internet. Network 18, the undisputed leader of news networks, way ahead of the times.